So in 24 hours, you want to know, all right, where am I going to go in the first 24 hours when you're in an emergency? And it's something that you just communicate that with your family. Here's where we're going to go, and here's where we're going to meet. Right? Who's going to grab the bag? And who's just going to go? You can't grab the bag, just go. And so you get that in place. And realistically, you want to have 24 hours. Because even if you're on the road, they'll probably let you stay on the road to wherever you reach your destination. And that's another thing. You want to try not to be more than 24 hours away from where it is you're going to have to go. So, I don't know if there's some kind of, if you have family members or whatever, but generally 24 hours outside of any city, you're going to be in an urban and a suburban area, like a rural area or something like that. So generally, you'll be in that type of region. So you might want to see if you have family or friends or whatever, if it's anywhere. Any other questions? I know it's kind of overwhelming and scary to think about.
If you were in that crowd that try to leave in the last minute, you already done. Yeah. You might as well just stay home and wait for whatever to happen. You might as well. Just grab your kids and say a prayer. Grab your children and just say a prayer. If you're in that crowd that's talking about which way we're going to go, that's going to be the majority of our people. Okay? And the Lord tell us, a fool sees something coming from afar off and don't prepare. That's a fool. I had someone ask me today, a sister, well, what if we just stay and what if we just stick around and just pray and, and then what? And suppose we don't accept the mark of the beast, then what? I'm like, sis, you've already prepared yourself to deal with something that you don't want to deal with. What about just not being where the death is? How about that? I'm like, this, my God or my power or higher is the power of the whole universe. America is a spot on the globe compared to the whole earth that he created. Why should I stick around in a place that I know is going to be destroyed when I can be somewhere else preparing other people? That means we have a choice to live or die. We have that choice. So if you just want to stick around and die when the Lord says, save your soul when it go down. And I told him, like, listen, sis, you better thank the Most High that he have people even speaking to you, showing you out of the scriptures what's about to happen. That's all the Lord does. He warns us first. And I gave her a good analogy. I said, we as a people have more trust in our government and in man than we do our God. Because if George Bush was to call your house tomorrow and tell you that he's sending the military to kill you and your family, if anyone called you and said, I'm sending somebody to kill you or your family, you'll be up and gone. You'll be gone before they come. They told you they was coming. But the Most High told you he's bringing something, and no one's trying to do anything. No one perceives that it's the Most High. Well, because they trust more in man. We've been so conditioned. We've been so programmed that we don't believe there's nothing else but this little bubble they put us in called America. This is a bubble, man. It's like those little things you shake for Christmas and the snow is coming down. That's what it is. And they're programming you with all this mess to make you fearful of anything outside of here, so that you'll think there's nothing else. What did they show that on? They showed that on the movie that Jim Carrey was
Yeah,
on.
Jim Carrey was in. I forget
What was the name of the movie?
The Truman Show.
Yeah, The Truman Show. That's what they showed.
That's right. And they were, the whole world was watching him.
That's us, man.
Yeah, that's right.
That's us. That's us, man. They was controlling his weather. They was controlling his job. All the people who were around him knew what was going on, but he was the one in the dark. That was us. All the other nations, all the other people were just characters to keep him asleep. Jim Carrey is us in that movie. Because the other nations know what's going on. They are preparing. They're doing certain things. There's an influx out of this country when it comes to dual citizenship from the other nations. Everyone received the memo except us. Okay? So, we men of the Most High. We follow the Most High. This Bible is real. And the brother was right. We don't know the day of the hour. But we know. We know beyond any shadow of a doubt that this place is going to be on fire first. The other nations are going to catch it, but Babylon must go first. See, the Most High, I tell you in Exodus 15:3, he is a man of war. So when you are planning a war, you first knock out what? Central command. You knock out the power that everyone thinks that's the greatest. That's who have to go first. So if our empire, or the Most High, is bringing Israel empire to this earth, and we're going to rule in this earth, he must first get the nations to knock out central command. You're living in it. And don't tell me George Bush and all those guys don't know the Bible. They know the Bible. That's why they did the NAFTA agreement in the 80s and 90s to move their corporations outside of this country, because they know that no matter what they do, they cannot stop what's going to come here. So they're going to plan a rule from Europe. They know what's going to happen here. This place is a whore. It's been used. She have nothing left. She have no dress left. She's done. She's no good for nothing anymore. The nations have raped her raw. There's nothing left of her. There's nothing good can happen from her now. She will never get up as this beautiful, dainty woman that never been hit by war, or a virgin daughter. She's done. So what they did, all the countries took all the resources out of her, took all the power out of her, took all the finances from her, and now she's good for nothing. So they're like, okay, let's go. So we'll tell you in Jeremiah, all the nations are going to start going back to their own countries. That's already started happening. All your Chinese stores that used to be Chinese corner stores, who's on your Chinese corner stores now? They own every corner store in our neighborhood. Who have their stores? Our own people. Dominicans or Puerto Ricans. They think, oh, this is a steal. Boy, they just giving us the money. No. They're packing up, selling everything, and they're leaving. And they own the warehouses that you're buying from. That's it. And they'll just be collecting money in their banks while they're over there in China and in Japan waiting for somebody to push a button. They infiltrated this country. This country is about to be destroyed. And we're the people that's going to catch the blunt part of the tool. We are the ones. So it behooves us to plan. When the brother told me I had the package, there was no doubt in my mind that I needed him to come and discuss and give this to the people and talk to you. Why? Why? Because no one can say when it go down, you wasn't told. No one can say that. You can't be, you don't be shocked. Don't be amazed. You can't, and not only that, you can't say that the Most High wasn't with you, telling you before it went down. If you die through this, a lot of it's going to be on your own ignorance. A lot of this will be your own ignorance, because he wants us to live, because he needs the 144,000 to finish working on the rest of this earth. I'm pretty much done with this country. I know that there's other people that need this understanding that will cleave to it. If we're in the bushes in Belize and tell somebody, yo, you're the chosen people, we don't have to tell them twice. They're going to come with us and they ain't going to say nothing. If we out in Africa somewhere, in a bush somewhere, telling people, yo, don't you know you fighting against each other because y'all God's people, you ran into Ghana at this time? They're going to be like, chosen people. They're going to roll. They didn't go through the programming that America put us through. To where you have to fight against yourself. You have to fight against the fact that you are the chosen people of God. The other nations, our other people outside of here, will cleave to it quickly. Because